fact is an additional 21 slides which when I went over the things again, I added 21 slides. And so I'm not undermining you, you know where to get it. It might not be in the pack because I send the pack away so that they can make copies and so on. But let's run through it. Today's one is we're getting into Unit 2, and that's all about the curriculum and the organization of the curriculum. And I've spoken to some of the mentors now, and there's something else that they want to, they highlighted to me, and I'm going to bring it in sometime later. Maybe we just need to acknowledge that today is an important day. We're swearing in of our 4th president of the country. And yeah, no matter which side you are, the battle is over. We know who our president is, and whether you like people or not, you can't change anything. We need to accept there are certain things in life, like you have no choice to choose your family. When the battle is over, we need to acknowledge and accept. Jacob Zuma is our president. So I think we need to wish him good luck. There's a major challenge in the country, especially the notion of service delivery. So I'm wishing him luck, but I also know that he has declared 2 areas as absolutely priority, and the job that you are in is one of it. It's priority number 1. And you also said you shape up or you ship up. So part of what I'm going to try and show you is I think, whether I like it or not, I think he came in, he's going to come in with a real sense of service delivery. And yes, it's going to force us to do better work, but that's why we are all here. Okay, so I'm going to run quickly through some of that. So what I'm going to cover is the red ones, the impact of organizational structure and how you organize yourself, and the notion of learning support material, but I've also covered some of the other things already. So let's go. Remember that question? I want you to be honest with you. How many of you closed early on both days or one of those days? And remember, for me, closing early is 5 minutes before the normal time. Okay? How many of you? Listen to me. No. There's an honest person. Okay? So I'm looking for more honest people. Put up your hand, sir. You've indicated. That's not true, guys. So we're still in the domain of denial. No, I'm serious about it. This is my 4th session with you. Actually, the 5th was the orientation. And I haven't achieved my job as yet. Because you're still denying. You're still not admitting. I know 90% of you sitting here closed early. I know, meaning it's a fact, not speculation, that you closed early both days or one of those 2 days. I know that. So hopefully, I've just got a lot of work to do still, to get you to admit. And to admit is not, I look good and you look bad. Admit is, I know I've done something wrong. If you don't admit that you've done something wrong, you're going to do what you do all the time. But once you admit that, okay, I've done something wrong, I know that, it's the first start of trying to do something different. And I think you still support the denial. Okay? But that's, you need to make peace with yourself. Remember that I spoke to you about dysfunctional schools and all of that? I'm going to spend some time today on it. So let's look at the logistics of teaching and learning. What we spoke about, the operational side, how do you manage it? A highly functioning school will do 30% of their time during the previous year, they will spend to get themselves ready for the new year. Okay? Remember the example I used about the Commonwealth Marathon? If I ask you to go and register for the Commonwealth Marathon and you say that you're not ready, the question is, what should you do from now until next year so that you are ready? Now, here we're talking about the organization of teaching and learning. We've already spoken about how much are your children ready to learn. You know the child standing on the plank? Likewise, how much are your teachers ready when they come to school? So the theme, and I'll show you later on, of the international kind of research. So they spend 30% of the time to be ready on the first day to start running. So they spend 40% of that time then to teach, and 50% of their time on learning. So they spend more time on learning than on teaching. And it's so pity for me that the only time I have with you is actually about teaching only. And if we could have created 10 more days to work with each other on the learning. And so they spend 10% on assessment. That is what is supposed to be the norm. Look at what low functioning schools are doing. So 90% of their time is spent on teaching and learning, what is called time on task. Why you were employed in the first place. So that's the focus, 90% on time on task. Low functioning schools, they spend some time, about 10% the previous year. Now that 10% is the following, not 10% out of choice. That 10% is I need to submit my timetable to the department, so let's just spend time to give the timetable. So that the timetable is not about getting us ready, it's about responsibility towards the department. So all of you who are submitting, now we have the document, we are submitting it to the department, you're part of the low functioning schools. So 20% of your time of readiness you spend in the new year. Someone just asked me the other day, but why is it that the assessment now doubles? The assessment doubled in low functioning and dysfunctional school is because the teaching and learning is so weak. The perception in those schools is that the kids will get clever by writing tests and exams. Because our teaching is not good enough, So we believe, and as I told you, I think in assessment we have a phrase which says you don't fatten a pig by weighing a pig.